Imagine spending over $1 billion on 2 pizzas. That's exactly what happened in 2010. And the person who did it has no regrets. This is the story of Bitcoin Pizza Day, May 2010. Bitcoin was barely a year old. Most people had never heard of cryptocurrency. It existed only in theory, lines of code discussed by programmers on obscure internet forums. But one man believed Bitcoin could be more than just digital numbers on a screen. His name was Laszlo Hanyecz, a programmer from Florida. Laszlo wasn't just any Bitcoin user. He was one of the first 1,000 people to ever mine Bitcoin, and he'd accumulated thousands of coins on his home computer. Back then, mining was so easy you could do it on a regular laptop. But Laszlo had a problem. He had all these Bitcoins, but what could he actually do with them? They had no real value. No stores accepted them. You couldn't buy anything. So on May 18, 2010, Laszlo posted a message on Bitcoin Talk, the main Bitcoin forum. "I'll pay 10,000 Bitcoins for a couple of pizzas, like maybe 2 large ones, so I have some left over for the next day." He just wanted pizza, and he was willing to pay 10,000 Bitcoin for it. For 3 days, there was no promising response. On May 21st, Laszlo posted again, wondering if his offer was too low. But then, on May 22nd, a 19-year-old named Jeremy Sturdivant saw the post. Jeremy lived in California, nowhere near Laszlo's Florida home. But he figured out a simple solution. He ordered 2 large Papa John's pizzas to be delivered to Laszlo's address. The total cost? About $25. In exchange, Laszlo sent him 10,000 Bitcoin, worth approximately $41 at the time. The deal was done. Bitcoin had just entered the real world. This wasn't just a random pizza purchase. This was the first recorded time anyone used Bitcoin to buy something in the real world. Until that moment, Bitcoin was purely theoretical. People mined it, talked about it, but nobody had proven it could actually work as money. Laszlo's pizza purchase changed everything. It showed that Bitcoin could function as real currency. You could exchange it for goods and services. Laszlo didn't stop there. Throughout the summer of 2010, he continued buying pizzas with Bitcoin, eventually spending over 79,000 Bitcoin on pizza. But here's where the story gets interesting. As the years went by, Bitcoin's value started climbing, and climbing, and climbing. By 2014, Bitcoin hit $600. Those 10,000 coins, now worth $6 million. By 2017, Bitcoin reached $15,000. The pizza was now worth $150 million. By 2021, Bitcoin peaked at $66,000. That's $660 million for 2 pizzas. And towards end of 2025, Bitcoin jumped up to around $120,000 per coin. Those 10,000 Bitcoin Laszlo spent on pizza, they're now worth over $1.2 billion. That makes them the most expensive pizzas ever purchased in human history. Every year on May 22nd, the cryptocurrency community celebrates Bitcoin Pizza Day. Enthusiasts gather worldwide. It's become a legendary moment in crypto history. And what about the people involved? Jeremy Sturdivant, the 19-year-old who received the Bitcoin, sold most of his coins early. He used the money to travel. No regrets. The pizzas? They were eaten years ago. So does Laszlo regret it? Not at all. In a 2019 interview, Laszlo said, "This transaction made Bitcoin real in my eyes. It wasn't worth much at the time." He's right. Without that first purchase, Bitcoin might have stayed a technical curiosity. Laszlo proved it could work. He gave it legitimacy. Plus, remember, Laszlo mined thousands of Bitcoin easily back then. Those 10,000 coins didn't represent his entire fortune. The real lesson? Innovation requires pioneers. Someone has to go first. Someone has to take the risk and prove the concept works. Laszlo's pizza purchase wasn't a mistake. It was a historic moment that helped create the trillion-dollar cryptocurrency industry we have today. Bitcoin Pizza Day reminds us that every financial revolution starts with a single transaction. Sometimes the most valuable thing isn't holding on to your assets. It's proving they have value in the first place. Remember, every fortune has a story, and every story has a lesson. What other money stories should we cover? Drop your suggestions in the comments. And if you enjoyed this story, please hit that like button and subscribe. Until next time.